Putting the relationship back together. Post El Paso and finding common ground. For Eduardo. Sets 122. So there was a little bit of a miscommunication today. And obviously there might be a split. So we want to make sure that we don't have that happen at such an early stage of the relationship. If you like this video, subscribe and hit that like button. El Paso behind us. Now what? We have made it. After 3 weeks apart, we can now put the relationship back together. Also, let's see if we can find a common ground and work together. That should say we can find a common ground. I'll add that before exporting. Breakup isn't the answer at this point. Problem. Misinterpretations and false accusations. Several times throughout your road trip, I found myself falsely accusing you of doing something that you didn't do. I deeply apologize for this. But not only am I on the spectrum, I also have nonverbal learning disorder, which can cause the misinterpretations. Misinterpreting is common in Messenger, guys. And I'm sure you know that, just through regular text messages, you might read something and you might know what they mean. But again, it's always a good idea to ask questions, as I would talk about a little later. So I think what we have to do is I have to teach you how to communicate with me. It might be helpful where these things wouldn't happen. So let me give you an example. So let's say Mom and I were going on a trip. Let's say we went to Florida for a week. I would tell you, okay, I'm going to Tampa, Florida with Mom for a week, and I will be back on whatever day. And then we leave it there. But I think what happened this time, and this is identifying what I think happened. What I think happened was that I thought you were going down there for work. But it turned out that you were not. So I think I don't think I know that's where that may be coming from. But again, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to falsely accuse you of doing something when very simply we have figured out all along that no, you did not go down there for work. You went down there to spend time with your loved ones. So like it said at the bottom, it's good identifying the behavior. That is something I've been working with Michelle about, identifying where behavior comes from. Next week's visit, between 6:10 and 12. The first visit since 5/5. And I am giving you 3 choices of things to do. 1, take you to Dodge Stadium on 6/11. Overnight in Rhode Island. Drive-in movies. Ride a new car. Getting back into it and doing things strategically will help keep this on the straight and narrow. So we ease our way back into it. We get comfortable with each other again. And then it's off to the races. There are ways of doing things that don't involve breaking up. Future things on the way. Day trip into Philly. The city of brotherly love has some great summertime activities. Take the train to 30th Street Station and walk around the city. For our purpose, I'll probably pick you up wherever you are living at the time and take the train from New Haven or Hartford. The cost is $41 per person. And obviously that was from New London. So we are going to have to double check from New Haven and Hartford as well. Fenway Park, Boston. America's most beloved ballpark is an amazing experience, even for those that aren't really into baseball. The oldest ballpark in all the land, 110 years old. Doesn't look bad for 110 years old. The following table shows the Sox home schedule for the next month. So 6/14 to 16 is against Oakland, St. Louis, Detroit, and Tampa Bay on July 4th. So I think this doesn't have to happen this month. It can happen either on its own occasion, or we can just go up to Boston when they are away. So I can show you where the park is, take a tour of the stadium, whatever you want to do. Boston continued. After a game at Fenway, Boston has a lot of its storage sites on the other side of town. Visit the Tea Party Museum, Old North Church, and other historic places, and Quincy Market. Perfect for a weekend, obviously, when it's not 90-something degrees out. Finding common ground. Keeping things equal and being open and honest with each other always works. Not let the little things get to us. This is an opportunity to bring things back to where they were before this hiccup. Because this is all this is. This was just a hiccup on my part. I promise to listen and then respond appropriately. So take in what you are saying and then respond in the right way. Ask questions if I don't understand. Ask questions if I don't understand what you're saying. Give and take will work too. It's a two-way street. Trust me with this process, and we will be back in business. Your situation, pay rate issue. Working as a nurse can be rewarding, but also can be exhausting. 12-hour shifts. Wow. I think if your agency can't fit the pay rate, maybe finding a second job at a doctor's office or something of interest would help your financial situation as well. Because you figure that's a week's wage right there. In conclusion, every relationship has its ups and downs. Communication is so important in any relationship, and developing a strategy so we both understand each other will help. Breaking up isn't the answer at this point because it's only a breakdown in communication. Let's have a laugh, fun, and enjoy the summer of 2022. And I love you so much, and I know Wilbur does too. So, and I will see you in. So, I will talk to you later, and I look forward to seeing you next week.